welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick here, Mr. Andrew Guitros.
Good morning.
And we have a few more pictures and
sponsors.
And sponsors. Let's get to the sponsor right now.
Steamboat Warehouse. Go see chef owner Jason Huguet at the Steamboat Warehouse and get some of that good food. Everything that's there, from the good crawfish etouffee, which you can add with any meal for an additional $4.95. You can try some good shrimp Betsy, which is that Gulf shrimp when the olive oil, the herbs, and the spices with some French bread. You dip in that stuff, man, and follow it up with. It's good. Stuffed filet catfish with crab meat, shrimp, and crawfish. You can get the crawfish palmetto, which is that pan-fried fish with the wild rice and crawfish cream sauce on top. All good stuff. Great steaks there as well. Huge wine selection. Adult libations. Get that good Bloody Mary with a pickle zydeco in it. Enjoy yourself at the Steamboat Warehouse.
Watch him on our Here's Cooking.
On Here's Cooking here on KDCG as well. Him and Joey.
Quibido.
And don't forget about Sears and Opelousas as well. What's Cooking? Yes, What's Cooking is the name. Sears of Opelousas, don't forget about them as well. And I know I talk about all the good appliances right now. If you're looking, somebody asked me, said, you got the fridge delivered yet? I said, no, I was talking about, I'm looking at some fridges. My wife said, somebody asked me on the street about our new fridge. She said,
good, they're listening to the program.
Oh, that's right. Refrigerators, stoves, ovens, all your major appliances, washers and dryers. You know, right now, they've gone to these newer washers that don't make all that noise anymore. They kind of do some kind of wild agitation that don't have a real agitator in them, and self-leveling and all electronic. They can do all that for you. They got them all there. Don't forget about all the outside stuff with the house washing gear, your lawn mowers, ride mowers, push mowers, weed eaters.
You think people get agitated watching this program?
I get agitated sometimes too, doing the show when I can't remember everything I want to say. But Sears,
and we don't have enough time. We need to have a cleanup. You know, we've talked about that since almost the beginning.
One night a month we'll do a live one, like in the Civic Center. That way we can have our thousands of fans come join us.
Come and join us.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Boy, that would be nice. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
I bet you the Evangeline Downs would probably loan us the event center.
Wouldn't that be nice? Well, sure. We do it on racing night. We do it before the racing, and everybody can go out and watch the racing afterwards. Wouldn't
That's right. And I have one more death notice, and it's a man that I met, but I know his son real well, Mr. Donald Meyer, and I would be talking, and it's not senior. They have different middle names. But Don Meyer is the son attorney, well known in what's the positive? What was the class that he taught? Very successul.
Toastmasters, maybe?
No, the other one, the old one.
Rotary?
No. It's one of the classes. He was an instructor.
Okay.
Anyhow, Donald Meyer from Mamu, March 26, 1920 to June 8, 2013.
90 some odd years.
Yes, very well known, very successful person, I might add, in the total Mamu area, Rotarian he helped start the Rotary Club many years ago, and was active until right at the end, was on a bank board. I mean, you name it, and he had participated in it in Evangeline and over in Mamu, and his son practices law in...
And also helps...
And his son is very active
at the retreat house.
At the retreat house.
In Grand Coteau, also helps give retreats at the retreat house. He's given us.
He studied and gave us
6 years or 7 years they studied to become retreat directors there. So listen, next week we also have a men's mass that's going to be held at the retreat house. If you're interested in learning more about the retreat house, you just want to come out for a men's mass, 6:30 at night next week. I think it's Tuesday
No
night.
cost. You're going to have a meal.
A good red beans and rice meal with us.
And you'll get to walk around and see all the improvements that donations have helped create.
And no hard sell. You might want to come out and see the place and get an idea of whether or not you're interested in coming to a retreat or not. There'll be a bunch of Opelousas friends there. You can call me at 351-0732. Make sure you can get there on the right day. And let's show some more photos. This is from Horses in Harmony. This is Monday night here in Opelousas at Copper Crown.
Opelousas. No, no.
No.
No, no, no. The first year was at Copper Crown. Now it's at the event center at Evangeline Downs.
Sorry about that.
And this horse looks real. It looks like it's ready to go to the track. And it's, I don't know who owns it, but I've got to find out. That's a beautiful statue. And this is one of the honorees, Mr. Lee Young. Real good picture. I took that myself with that little cell phone. And Lee, of course, has been in the horse industry all of his adult life, amongst other things.
A lot of people, if you've gone on the Sunset Highway, the old Opelousas stud place, that was his farm.
He and he was managing that property for Mr. C.T. Fuller from Pennsylvania. And then when he sold it, Lee and others bought the thing. Mr. W.A. Darling and Joel Como. The three of them bought that and successfully ran that for years. And people in attendance, of course, was Freddie taking pictures, Freddie Herpin with the Daily World, and on the right with the sheriff's office is David Mesh.
There you go.
The sheriff was there, but I didn't get a picture of him.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
And this is Jade Williams and her uncle. Uncle Blake Castile.
There you go.
Of course, Jade is a granddaughter of the late Hadley Castile, and who it was in honor of last night. The program was in honor, and Blake, of course, is Hadley's son. And they played some good. She is, and I mean, she gets into it, and
she's a showman like her grandpa.
And that's what makes a fiddle player and an accordion player, particularly those two. They have to have a little motion of life.
And here is
the other honoree, and in the music end of it, Rod Bernard from Opelousas, Louisiana, and his lovely wife, Miss Joanne, and we visited, and of course, he was raised across the street from Cody and Wilders and wanted to know how they were doing, and of course, Cody and Wilder are both doing well. And I might add, I also saw his brother, don't have a picture of him, but Oscar.
I bet his son Shane was there. I'd love to have gone to Dr.
Is he a doctor?
Shane,
is he the doctor?
Shane is probably not a medical doctor, but a doctor probably in history.
Okay, because they announced he did
he's the historian for the McElhenney family at Avery Island. He does all their research and all their books and those.
I saw that name. I had no idea it was.
Shane, I've never met him in person, but I've read a lot of his stuff over the years.
They had a real good background when he was 3 years old, 5 years old, all playing music, and Rod was just raised as
a musician all his life.
A musician. Rod, we're proud of you. And Freddie Pate, he was the MC, and of course he knew both parties real well because Hadley, who the program was in honor of, and Freddie were personal friends for 30 years. And Freddie, of course, does one of the longest running shows of swamp pop and country music in Crowley, Louisiana. What is that? Is it Crowley or did they move to Jennings?
They were at the old Opera House. I'm not sure where they're at now.
Yep, one or the other. Right down the road from each other. And Hadley's wife,
and there's Freddie.
Freddie, he's a musician. That's why they were so close. And this is Carol Gilbo and his lovely wife. And she is some beauty. She told me her age, and I don't believe it. I still don't believe it.
And Don Stemmons, who won last year, one of the awards.
Who won the award last year and who presented the award. This is a beautiful picture of the honoree's wife, Shirley
Young.
Shirley Young, and Lee says she has put up with me and the kids, and look how beautiful she still is. And there's Don presenting the award to Lee, and of course they've been buddies all of their adult lives, as well as me. And this is Jade right there. And this is Joe and Barbara Hidalgo. And Joe will be at the
he'd be at the men's mass, I'm sure.
Yeah, because he's an attendee of the retreat, and of course,
and the men's mass meets once a month.
Once a month.
Yep.
Is that it?
All my photos. I want to remind you right now, Little Theater's doing The Jungle Book, directed by Miss Sonia Langlois. It's going on right now, this weekend, next week, 7 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then 2 p.m. matinees on Sunday. This weekend, next week, at the Opelousas Little Theater, right next to Donald Gardner Stadium. And don't forget, they're still doing their camps. Dana Reed's camp does for 3 3 years old through 10 years old. And Miss Erica Stanford goes from 10 through 17 years old, my cousin. If you want to give them a call to get involved with the camp, 351-2591.
And I didn't take a picture of Ben Pressburg. Ben from Opelousas here he remembers when I went over and told him hello when he was working at the state capitol here in Baton Rouge. And he is the coordinator of the retired Louisiana State Police Communication Network. Good morning, Ben, and I apologize. I didn't get a picture, but you're looking well, and glad to hear the good, strong words about the improvement you've made in your ability of moving around. And I want to thank a young lady who wrote a real nice article in the Louisiana Equine Report. It's a new magazine. I say new, it's new to me. And she had given, and we talked about Catherine Loa. She's married to
her and her sister. I think we showed their picture last week. Was that it?
No, that's different.
Different?
No, that's
okay.
That's two.
Close.
That's
in the horse
Laura
business
and
too,
Marie. That's correct. And Marie works with Catherine at the Louisiana Equine
There we
Report.
go. Now we connected.
You got a
close.
good memory. I'm telling you, no wonder I call you smart. You got a memory. And what I call J.E., he's got an elephant's memory. Supposedly an elephant has
remembers forever.
Remembers forever. J.E. remembers. J.E., by the way, in case the Patterson family or friends, he won't be at the funeral. He's in the Amish country,
Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania on a trip. Joe Fred also is on a trip to Florida, Tampa, Florida, bringing Cy, his grandson, to one of these professionals host workouts for these young kids, teaching them the basics of
baseball camp.
And then Barry Mitchell just called and asked me to tell Rosemary and the family he has 3 companies coming in between now and Friday, insurance companies visiting him for renewal time. So he's tied up.
Close to home.
So anyhow, golly, time is.
Look how we did well.
Yeah, but the time
still
is
more to
moving
come,
on. And
did you watch the race this weekend, the Belmont? It kind of wasn't exciting without the Triple Crown winner going involved.
No. And where's my?
I don't know. What you looking for?
I don't have my little prayer books.
You don't. You'll have to make it up out of your head, Sheriff.
Anyhow, we have another minute left over.
Bobby Lama will have to pray.
We do have some pro boxing coming to Sharrington on the 28th, and on the.
How about Happy Birthday Sunday to Charlotte Doherty? How's that? That's a good one.
Yeah. And our friend, the judge's wife.
Judge's wife.
How about that? I knew him when he was not the judge, and I know him now that he is the judge. And I'm trying to find something. I'm digging, and
we're down to prayer time, though, because you're going to run out of time.
This weekend, Andrew and I ask y'all each weekend to consider attending a church of your choice. And we mean that. Just go, and if you can't find your particular church, find another church that may be close to it. Like in the Catholic, you'd go to a Methodist is rather close. They have communion. And then the Presbyterian is very, very close. They dress, and they call him a priest. If I'm not mistaken, they call him a priest. So you find the church to go, and then we like to close with a little prayer. Why don't you give a little short prayer today?
Pressure's
Put you on the pressure on you.
Man, well, I guess just...
I left my book at home.
I guess just the biggest prayer is that sometimes whenever we decide we're going to pray, we pray by ourselves. Try to pray with a friend. Bring your friends together, and remember that when we're all together praying together, we're the whole church all together. So this weekend, attend the church of your choice.
Yes, and try to find some good things to say, or just say it to yourself. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for listening. Tell a friend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.